Well, here we go then. What a treat on Saturday morning. A pair of players who have 6 World Championship titles between them. Lisa Ashton, the Lancashire Rose, those 4 stars on the back of her shirt.
25.
Representing her 4 world titles. And Japan's Mikuru Suzuki, who beat Lisa Ashton to win her 2nd world title in 2020. She also beat her in the final of a women's series event, the last one of last year. Lisa 85. Ashton has beaten Mikuru on the women's series as well. But this is the beauty of having an open draw in these events. The best players can meet at any time, and they're meeting very, very early here in the 5th event of the year. And that'll be good news for the likes of Fallon Sherrock, who is looking to 51. Chase Lisa Ashton down at the top of the order of merit. Remember, the first weekend saw Lisa win 3 and Sherrock win 1. Mikuru didn't travel from Japan for that one. So it'll be a bit of a frustration 45. For her to draw Lisa Ashton when she really needs to get some ranking money to her name if she's going to bolster her bid for Blackpool and that Women's 60. World Match Play. But right now, we can just focus on the next 7 legs, if it does go the distance, and see 2 of the greatest darts players, not just now 85. In women's darts, but of all time, as Lisa Ashton meets Mikuru Suzuki.
Yeah, strap yourselves in for this one, folks. This could be a true barn burner.
77.
This is one of these matches that the winner of this will be buoyed massively full of confidence for the rest of the contest. That is for sure. You see this in tournaments, whatever the sport, when you have 2 big hitters go in the early rounds, whichever is the winner, they leave the stage full of confidence and they take that into the latter part of the tournament. And this could most definitely be the case for these 2 big hitters.
Yeah, neither will shirk the challenge. Both will be seeing it the way that you've just described. Double 18. Oh, what a start from Suzuki. What a start to this match. Already living up to the billing. 110 checkout, a break of throw, and it is advantage Mikuru.
Wow. Well, I did say strap yourselves in. Expect big things from these 2.
99.
And Suzuki takes the opening round. Ashton, the Lancashire Rose, with a response.
25.
Yeah, dominant on the women's series so far this year, winning 3/4 of the events. They're actually, since the women's series began in 2020, still only 4 winners of the event. 2 of them are playing right now. Fallon Sherrock, of course, has won almost as many as Lisa, and Dita Hedman, the other, 43. Who we haven't seen in 2022. Opting to play in the WDF events, which is of course her right to choose to do so. But it's very unlikely now that we'll see her in Blackpool, even if she does enter that final weekend of events before the cut-off.
97.
Both of these competitors showing why they are 2 of the best in the business. Already peppered in the treble 20s and the cover shots as well.
95.
Disappointment there for Suzuki not to leave a finish. In fact, does on 157, but was expecting something better. Ashton back on 236, needs a treble here to get down to a finish.
60.
Not on this occasion. So Suzuki, 6 darts on 157.
Well, it was a 15 dart break. Looking to follow with an 18 dart hold, or maybe slightly fewer than that.
97.
So Ashton looking to pressurise the 60 for Suzuki.
60.
Not enough. So the 2-time world champion with 2 darts at double top for a 2-0 lead.
Game shot.
Only needed 1. And Suzuki motoring along here to a 2-0 lead. Ashton under pressure.
Yeah, it's 15 darter followed by a 17 darter. That amounts to an average of just shy of 95.
40
for Mikuru Suzuki after a couple of legs, and yeah, it is only after a couple of legs, but it could also be exactly halfway through the match if she carries on at this rate.
41.
Seems a little bit of annoyed there. Only the score of the 41, knowing that Lisa Ashton only scored 40 on that opening visit. So, staying downstairs, much better for the Lancashire Rose. With that ton 34. And these race to 4 legs. No room for complacency, especially with 2 competitors as good as these two with 6 world titles between them, meeting each other at only the second round. Such is the beauty, Chris, of an open draw.
Absolutely. I'm just looking through the head-to-head as well. There may be gaps in it from early rounds of open, but in terms of significant matches, Mikuru Suzuki 6-2 up on Lisa Ashton. Now, I would guess, don't have the information to hand, and it would take longer than this match is going to take to find out. But I would guess it should potentially the only player that would have a positive head-to-head against Lisa Ashton, because Fallon Sherrick certainly hasn't. Adita Hedman certainly hasn't.
140.
Just for some reason, Suzuki seems to have the knack of defeating the history-making Lisa Ashton.
60.
Hughes an awkward finish of 129. Suzuki back on 192. Look to try and get down to a 2-darter here. Little glance over at the score. Knows a treble will leave 92.
55.
You can see a disappointment there. She's handed the advantage in this leg back to Lisa Ashton, who's looking for treble 20 and the bullseye.
104.
Going upstairs on 137. Will stay there. Now downstairs, treble 19 to mop up to leave 40, and 97. Does so. So pressure now coming in for Lisa Ashton here to get back in the tie on 25. Single 9, 2-darter double 8. Outside, needs to come inside just a little bit, and does so. 2-1. Suzuki with the darts, still with that breaker throw.
Yeah, Lisa Ashton there making excellent use of that marker, bouncing it off the barrel and into the bed. Just getting herself
60
into the match. Suzuki still has the advantage, having got that break in the first leg, but here comes Ashton.
140.
For the first time in a couple of years, not playing on the Pro Tour, having lost her tour card. The first woman ever to win a tour card through Q School here in this very venue.
85. $90.
Good recovery there from Lisa Ashton. 271 plays 356. Suzuki with that breaker throw.
$41.
And such is the closeness of these particular best of sevens, it could just be down to one missed double.
100.
Could be the difference between these two competitors.
Suzuki will be on a bit of a mission here this weekend.
95.
She was massively disappointed to be knocked out at the WDF World Championship at the last 16 stage by Eileen de Graaf. But here comes Lisa Ashton,
139.
bidding to break back and in a good position to do so, because after a dozen darts she's left herself 32.
Good response from Suzuki though to try and pressurise.
100.
Takes a ton. The 216's coming in for Lisa Ashton. Awkward, awkward. Now needs to come across.
16.
Just outside. Leaves 16. Suzuki on the Shanghai.
Oh, this would hurt. Having squandered those opportunities. Double top. And Suzuki lands the blow. The second ton-topping checkout of the match for Mikuru Suzuki, who is just once again proving to be the thorn in the side of Lisa Ashton.
22.
The thorn in the side of the Rose.
That's going to hurt. That will hurt indeed. Lisa Ashton worked so hard to get herself back to set up
100.
Potential breaker throw to get this game back on level terms, but 3-1 the difference, and now chasing once more.
85.
For Suzuki is 2 up with 3 to play.
Yeah, 110 and 120, those two big checkouts from Mikuru Suzuki, but the timing of that one, when Ashton was
43
ready to level the match, to break back, Suzuki just
140
kicked her away.
But a very professional leg, this one from Lisa Ashton so far.
55
122, 85, 140. The first visits, and I'm going to stay there. Here we go. Treble 18, double top.
Yeah, 40 left, yeah.
40 left, yes. Just checking with the marker.
134
just inside. Oh, what would have been the highest checkout of what we've seen on the TV board so far, but she'll be back for 20. Suzuki way back on 303. So we'll look to compose
43
herself ahead of a potential throw for the match.
Yeah, I think she's given up on this leg. Should have really been starting on 19s.
Game shot.
Didn't bother. She felt this one had got away, and I think you called it right there. All focus on winning it in this one for Mikuru Suzuki when she has the darts. And straight in the treble 20. And again.
140.
Well, a 140 in the end, but what a start as she tries to close out this game.
Pressure already from the off.
98.
From the Japanese double world champion. 98's not a bad riposte, but Suzuki still with a 42-point lead.
Just quickly, time to tell you that the match that follows this will be Ros Bulmer against Lorraine Winstanley, semi-finalist at the Lakeside. This time around, of course, a beaten finalist by Mikuru Suzuki at a World Championship as well. That's a 3rd round tie. This is just to get to the 3rd round.
Awkward first start from Suzuki.
83.
83 leaves 2-1-8. Ashton will still sense here there's an opportunity here with a good visit. Needs another treble though to put pressure on. 95 may not be enough. Only has a slender lead. Suzuki 2-1-8, plays 208.
Well, it's going to be pressure, whatever happened with the last start. Some of it actually alleviated by the wayward one.
140.
Great visit from Lisa Ashton to leave 68. Suzuki 134. Needed the trouble to start it. Not going to happen. Needs to get down to the double now, which the Japanese double world champion should do.
98.
To leave 36. So 68 coming in from Lisa Ashton. Needs to go.
Just one dart to stay in it.
50.
It looked like a good guide as well. But Mikuru Suzuki has landed the big blows in this match. And she wins the match.
And the match.
4-2. Lisa Ashton, who has won 3 of the 4 women's series events so far, will not be adding a 4.